Hey guys, what's up? So, as you may know, I had to jump on a plane to go to Mexico a long time ago. And, actually my last video that I filmed was in Mexico. So I'm back now, and I'm glad that I'm back. And I was worrying that I might never come back, but I actually did, so it's good. And so today I'm going to teach you guys how to play a song called I'm Only Sleeping. And, let's start back up. Super easy beginner song. There's only one thing you have to do is turn your guitar down half a step, so your E string turns into a D sharp, and so my G would sound like this. My open G would sound like that, and so yeah, that's it. And there's like a lot of chord arrangements on Ultimate Guitar that are wrong. The song's not that hard. Excuse me. So yeah, the song's not that hard. Just it's super easy. So the chords. Here are the chords. So for the song, the chords will be E minor. Super easy. E minor to E minor, E minor to A minor, which is just like an E chord, but down here. So E minor, and then G to C, and then G to B7. Now, a lot of people didn't know B7. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell you the finger position. So it's your middle finger, not pissing you off, on the second fret of your A string. Your middle finger, index finger, on the first fret of your D string. Your ring finger on the second fret of your G string. And then your pinky on the second fret of your high E string. And then, so when I wake up early in the morning, G and C to B7. If you don't know B7, it's going to be kind of hard for you to switch, so practice that. And then repeats that, but it has some changes. So E minor to A minor, and then G, C, and G, and instead of jumping to B7, it jumps to C and stays there. Float up streams. Okay, so second time, instead of jumping to B7, it jumps to C, it stays on C. So altogether it'll be like, when I wake up early in the morning, to G, G, C, G, and then jumps to B7, E minor to A minor, and then G, C, and G, and then stays on C. And then we enter the chorus, or no, it's the bridge. And so for the bridge, it's really easy songs. It's a really easy chord as well. So it's G to A minor, and here's the one bar chord to B minor. It's a bar on the second fret and that A minor shape. You scoot that over to the wait, hold on. So yeah, so a bar B minor, that's the bar chord. So please do G, A minor to B minor to A minor to C major 7. A lot of people don't know which chord that is. It's just like a C chord, but just remove your index finger. So really cool sounding. And then there's a little finger picking. Sorry. So I was kind of nervous to do that. I don't know why. So yeah, that little picking is just stays on the C major. Don't worry, you're not gonna have to go dun, 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 it's just C major chord. Sorry. And then you pick the A string, the D string, the B string, and then the G string. So A, D, B, G, and then it starts again. The song starts again. So yeah, so it'll be the whole chorus will be like, please don't wake me up, to A minor, to B minor, to A minor again, to C major 7, and a little picking, E, A, G, start again. Na, 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 da, 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 da. Float upstream, 6 on the C. G, A minor, B minor, G, E minor, C major, 7, E, D, B, G, and then just again. Da, 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 jumps to B7, E minor again. The first change, C major, A, B, G, and then you just strum one E minor upwards, and that's it. And then it goes into the little second riff. It's not a riff, kind of big. And that, my friends, is you plug the A string, the D string, the G string, and then the high E string. So the first one is, and then the second one is, so E, D, G, high E, and then trying to practice that, if you're not used to pick strings, and then we jump to the chords, which is also really easy. Well, there's like D7. I'm not sure if you guys know D7, but if you guys don't, it's just your index finger in the first fret of your B string, your ring finger, second fret of your E string, high E string, and then your middle finger, G string, second fret. So, keeping an eye on the world, and then E7. If you don't know this, it's just like an E chord, but you remove your index. So, keeping an eye, D7, all the E7, and then here's something weird. So it's just an A minor to A minor 7. E minor, and you remove your ring finger. So, keeping an eye on the E7, A minor 7, and then you go to D minor. I hope you guys know what D minor is. So, which is just your your index finger, first fret of your E string, your ring finger, third fret of your B string, and then your middle finger, second fret G string. So again, keeping an eye on the E7. And then staying there staring at the ceiling. It repeats, it goes back to the intro as we learned it. But instead of A minor, we go to E7. Laying there, E7 to A minor, ceiling, waiting for sleepy feeling. And then we jump to the solo with all the weird backwards guitar. And that is also the chords for the intro. It's not that hard. But if you memorize the song, the chord progression, it won't be that hard. If you haven't, So, there's a little thing that I heard John do on the Anthology album, since, it's just Anthology. He does A minor on the solo, and then he does this. So what he does is E minor, same chords, and he does the A minor, switch to A minor 7. So it's really easy. And then G, C, pretty easy, the solo chords. And then it jumps back to the little bridge. Please don't wake me, no, don't shake me, leave me where I am, I'm only sleeping. And then to finish the song, a big fat E minor. So that's pretty much the whole song. It's kind of confusing. I make it sound confusing, but the chords are just E minor, G, C, and G, and then B7, and then E minor, A minor, B, C, G, C, G, A minor, B minor, A minor, C major, 7, little. So let's play it again. You and me play it together. Oh, this video's getting really long. 11 minutes. I said 11 minutes. So let's play it together. 2, 3, 4. E7. The whole song. If you have any questions, tell me. If you say, if you have different chords arrangements, you think it sounds better, tell me, because I want to know, because then I've played this wrong my whole life, for like not even a year. So yeah, that's the song. What else? Yeah, the song. Make sure to try it yourself. Play along, see if it sounds good. You're like, yeah, be the next John Lennon. So yeah, thank you for watching. This video is 13 minutes and 45, 46, 47, 48. Bye.